Are you a list maker like me? If so, do you seem to have a to-do list that never ends? Sure, you may check things off, but there's always more and more and more. Our next guest says these treadmill to-do lists are bad news and to be avoided. Steve McClatchy is CEO of Alere Training and Consulting and the author of the book, Decide, Work Smarter, Reduce Your Stress, and Lead by Example. He joins us now to help us get off that treadmill. Hi, Steve. So great to see you.
Hey, Tanya. Thanks for having me.
So you don't have anything against to-do lists in principle?
No.
Just the treadmill to-do list,
yes,
correct?
I mean, to-do lists never end, right? If you have a home, you're going to have to take care of it. If you have a business, you're going to have to run it. If you want great relationships, there's a lot to do to make relationships great. So there's never a time when we arrive where the to-do list is complete and we end up feeling like one day rolls into the next, and this to-do list is this never-ending, ongoing, continuous treadmill of tasks we're responsible for.
I am entirely guilty as charged, because that's exactly what my to-do list looks like. There's a sort of emergency things up at the top, and then this bottom area that keeps getting rolled over and rolled over. So what should be on our to-do list?
Yeah, you're not the only one that has that problem. You know, if you can't do the task today, you should not be looking at it today. So where do you put it? If you know you're not going to do a task today, put it on tomorrow's to-do list. The most underutilized feature of a smartphone is the to-do list. And all of them come with a to-do list, right? Whether it's Android or Apple. And you can give the task two things: the date you want it to appear on your to-do list, and a reminder at a specific time to do that task.
Right.
So if you can't do a task till Wednesday, put it on Wednesday. And don't think about it today. You can't do a task till Saturday. Why are we thinking about that task all week?
Right.
Because we have one humongous to-do list. So this allows us to break the to-do list up chronologically by date.
So where should we then put our long-term goals? Because those are things that we obviously can't necessarily do every day, but we don't want to lose track of them.
Yeah, a big mistake we make is we put our goals or tasks with benefits on a to-do list. Let's break our tasks into two categories. We have tasks that have benefits, right, our goals and improvement, and we have tasks that have consequences if we don't do them, right, like making payroll, paying your bills, right?
Yeah.
We have consequences we face if we don't do them.
Yeah.
Well, when tasks with consequences are next to tasks with benefits, your brain will be attracted to the tasks with consequences. I mean, think about it. You have a list, and together in that list are tasks with benefit and
right. One list scares you, and
right? You have tasks with deadlines and consequences, and tasks with no deadlines and no consequences, and these things are very easily nudged off into the future. It's almost like decision made, right? So what we find ourselves doing is pushing those things off, and they shouldn't even appear on a to-do list.
So where do we keep those? Where do we?
Yeah, we need a separate place for them.
Okay.
Where we want to put things that have benefits, like our goals and things that move us forward, is on our calendar. We want to schedule them on our calendar and then treat them on our calendar the way we treat any appointment on our calendar, and we follow through on that task at that time. That gives these things that you could push off forever a deadline and a certain block of time that we're going to need to execute them. Big mistake people make is they put their goals or tasks with benefits on a to-do list, and that's not where they belong.
Fantastic. Now, you come from a big family.
Yeah.
How many siblings?
I have 11 brothers and sisters.
11 brothers and sisters. So is that how you started to learn the keys to organization?
I grew up, Tanya, in absolute chaos. I think I am as passionate about organization as I am because I grew up in absolute chaos. And I had a driving need in my life, and it was for simplification. And just some of these tips simplify the way we make decisions each day. That treadmill to-do list, you start to get the feeling that you're burned out. And we see the types of things that people do when they're burned out. That's a place that you want to avoid. And just using the future to-do list and making sure the things that move you forward, that move the business forward, that move the needle are on your calendar and they're defended helps me a lot.
So other than your to-do list, your calendar, what are your other keys to organizing our lives?
Well, you know, when it comes to physical space, you look at your house, your car, your office. Anything that doesn't have a second location, right? You're using it and it's out. When it's not being used, where does it go? That's it. That's a simple principle of getting organized. So where does so if you have a place for your keys every night, you put them there every night and you never waste time looking for them. Some people don't have a place that they put their keys, and you often find them spending 5-10 minutes looking for where they put them. When we decide where something goes when we're not using it, that keeps it organized. When you haven't decided, that's clutter. And too much clutter will waste a lot of your time in your business and in your life.
Great tips to organizing our lives and our to-do lists. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Tanya. Thanks for having me.